February updates for the International Real Estate Referral Program. We are really excited that you're here to join us because there are so many exciting updates that we want to share with you. In addition to that, we do have a very special guest with us, and I think you will really enjoy what she has to share with you. So my name is Rachel Jensen. I am the Vice President of Sales for ECI Development. And today joining me, we have Ali Rodriguez. She's our referral program liaison. I think most of you at this point have dialogued with her. And in addition to that, we have Fredman Valenzuela. And Fredman is our communications director for ECI Development. So he does a lot of that back-end work of making sure that your tracking links are working and making sure that the new marketing material is completed on time. So you have a really great team here looking to serve you and, of course, make the program as easy as possible for you. So to quickly go through the agenda, we're going to hear from Kelly of MoneyCore, and we'll give you a little bit more about what she does in a little bit. In addition to that, we're going to talk about the featured property for this month. We're going to go through the marketing campaign. We're going to go through places your clients are already looking, and you may know what we're going to talk about there, but we'll also go through program updates generally, what's happening, go through our incentives and our top referral agents of the month, go through property listings. We have a couple new exciting listings, and then where you can meet us in person. Now, we do like to keep those 6 items to about 30 minutes. For those of you that have a little bit more time and would like to join us for the marketing session with Fredman, bonus session number 7 there, then of course do join us for that. But really happy to have you on, and let's just jump right into it. So with us,
all right,
we have Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly works with MoneyCore, and Kelly and I and Mike Cobb, our CEO, met about 3-4 years ago, I think, at a National Association of Realtors event when we, and most of you know this, that a lot of our focus is helping the outbound market. So helping people who are buying real estate overseas, and they're primarily from North America because that's where most of our clients are from, but they're buying property overseas. And sometimes the transaction, and many times the transaction is not done in US dollar, which is where most of our clients have our currency. So it's important to have a company like MoneyCore where they can process those transactions for your clients going from one currency to another. So don't want to take up a lot of Kelly's time here, but Kelly, thank you so much for joining us, and you're on.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the introduction. You said let's jump right in, so I was raring to go, but yes, let's get started here. So one of the first slides to start this whole program is I always like to remind people that you're an international realtor, but you need a team, of course, and you're an international realtor whether you know it or not. I have realtor partners that their first ever transaction was with an international client. And then we have other realtors that may have been in the industry for many years before they have an international client. But regardless, it's important for us to be knowledgeable about the specific things that need to take place when you're dealing with a customer that's looking to invest abroad. And that's what I'm here to kind of discuss with you today. So we will go ahead and flip to the next slide. So I just like to present this because I find it a little bit humorous. So warning, knowing too much is dangerous for your mind. One of the classes that I teach often is about building your international dream team. And I think, again, whether you're just starting or if you've been in this career for many, many years, it's important for you to always have that toolbox and the resources necessary in order for you to offer the best possible service to your client, regardless of where they're from and regardless of where they're looking to invest. So whether you are looking in your toolkit and you are still needing to fill it up with perhaps contacts within the foreign national lending arena, whether you look in your toolkit and you realize you don't have an international tax consultant just yet, you may still need an immigration attorney contact, and of course you may still need a currency exchange provider. I'm hopeful to help you build out your international dream team so when the time comes, you're ready to rock and roll really quick with the experts that are in your toolkit. All right. So what I wanted to do briefly is just introduce MoneyCorp, and I'm going to try to flip to the next slide here. I appreciate your patience. So who is MoneyCorp? We are actually a UK-based company. But as Rachel mentioned, my name is Kelly Cutchin, and I'm the country manager for MoneyCorp here in the United States. I've been with the company now myself for about 13 and a half years, although MoneyCorp has been dealing in this currency exchange space since 1979. So we are very experienced in the world of currency exchange and international payments. We serviced over 9.2 million customers last year, and that was over $20 billion worth of currency that we helped get here, there, and everywhere around the world. We've got over 900 dedicated employees around the world, including offices here in the US in Rhode Island, New York, California, DC. I'm in our Orlando, Florida office, so I'm lucky enough to be quite warm today, which is nice. But we do have offices in Spain, the UK, France, Portugal, and of course, our headquarters being based right out of London. So with those contacts sort of spread out strategically globally, we hope that whether you have a client from overseas or you are working with a customer that is looking to invest overseas, we can help you to get the resources to make these transactions happen smoothly for you and your clients. What separates, or why would somebody use MoneyCorp, or why shouldn't somebody use their bank? I talk to realtors constantly about their international clients that they're working with, and they say, you know, we don't need to speak to a currency exchange provider. My client will just go to their bank and transfer their money, no big deal. But it is actually a big deal, and I've demonstrated that in the slide here. So follow along with me. Know that the example that I'm showing you right now is just that. It is purely an example. In this instance, I'm showing you someone that is converting British pounds into US dollars, but the point being will be the same regardless of it's somebody converting US dollars to Mexican peso or euro to Australian dollars. It's the same theory time and time again. So in this instance today, what we find is that the interbank rate of exchange is about 1.30 from the British pound to the US dollar. So basically, if you want to know the exchange rate between two currencies, you go onto Bloomberg, you go onto Google, you type in the two currencies, and you're going to see an exchange rate appear. But what that rate is known as is the interbank rate of exchange. So it's not the rate that it's not the rate that and unfortunately, it's not the rate that any of your customers are ever going to have access to. That is the exchange rate that big banks are converting billions of dollars of currency at constantly. So unless you're working with a multi-billionaire, that's a good indication of the exchange rate, but not the exact one that they can expect. So in this instance, if this client is looking to purchase a $300,000 property here in the United States, and they approach their bank in the UK today as an example, the bank is going to offer them an exchange rate of around 1.24, right? Behind our minds, we know the real rate's 130. So you see that the bank is only offering this client an exchange rate of 1.24, which means to purchase a $300,000 property, it's going to cost this British client £240,000 if he does that transaction through his bank. Now, the tricky thing is the bank may tell the customer the only fee associated with doing this transfer is maybe a $20 or £20 international transfer fee. But that's not exactly true. The real profit, the real money maker is the profit that they're making between the real exchange rate and what they're selling the currency to your clients at. In this instance, the bank is making nearly £8,000 just for converting this customer's money. In the second example there, you'll see if the customer comes through a foreign exchange broker such as MoneyCorp at that exact same moment in time, that $300,000 property is going to cost the client £233,000 because MoneyCorp is going to offer them an exchange rate of 1.28, right? We're going to make our money the exact same way as the bank. We're very transparent with that when we're speaking to our clients. That's how we're in business. But the reality is the exchange rate that we can get for the customer is going to be far closer to the real exchange rate versus that 4% difference that the bank is taking. So in this example, we were able to save the customer purchasing a $300,000 property 7,284 pounds. So encourage your clients to shop around. Just because they've known Bob the banker their entire life does not mean that Bob the banker is going to give him the best exchange rate out there. So we want to make sure that your clients are getting the most bang for their buck when it comes to making these international currency exchange and international payments. Right. So I'm here in Orlando, Florida, and if I look out my window, I can see roller coasters on just about every side of me. I'm in the middle of Universal, Disney, and SeaWorld, so I thought this slide here would be fitting. Basically, if you look at this roller coaster here, you have ups and downs, right? And that is exactly the same as the foreign currency exchange market. You've got days that your exchange rate is really favorable, and then unfortunately, you have days where things collapse and your money's not going to go as far. And that's why it's important that early on in the transaction where your clients are just starting to consider investing or consider buying abroad, they start to watch the exchange rate. So I wanted to just shout out a couple dates. And again, example being the pound, but know that this information translates to every currency. On February 26th, of 2019, so just a little bit over a year ago, the exchange rate was 1.33, right? This is post-Brexit. For those of you that are hearing about the UK leaving the European Union, we know that the exchange rate now is drastically different than it was pre-Brexit announcements, right? But on February 26th of last year, the exchange rate was 1.33 to the US dollar. Fast forward a couple months, and the exchange rate in August of last year was 1.21. So you saw the rate move, more than 10 cents over just a few months in the process. And I don't know about you or your clients, but if they're working on a budget, that might mean, shoot, I missed the opportunity. I can't afford that investment anymore. Then you fast forward to December of last year, we were up at 1.33. And now we're currently at 1.30. So we've not seen any huge moves over the course of the last several months, but it isn't uncommon for an exchange rate to move 2 to 3 cents over a small period of time. Just from February of last year to today, a $300,000 property for a British investor ranged in price, and by that I mean ranged from the amount that they needed to put forth out of their UK bank account from 225,000 pounds to 250,000 pounds. And the only thing that changed was the exchange rate. So obviously with a 25,000 pound difference, that can certainly mean they need to rethink what they're investing in, or perhaps now that the exchange rate moved favorably for them, they can maybe buy that furniture package that they want, or of course that can usually more than cover the closing costs that they can expect on the property. So timing is crucial. The good news is that MoneyCorp does have the ability to lock into an exchange rate for up to 2 years. So if you have a client that's in the early days and they can afford the property, they know their budget, they're happy with the exchange rate, lock it in. Let's eliminate the risk of the exchange rate moving against the client between now and the time that they actually move their funds for that investment. Some of the services that MoneyCorp offer, we can get money anywhere where it needs to go really quickly. So we can do same-day transfers. A spot contract is effectively an immediate international payment contract. The forward contract is, again, that 2-year ability to lock. In reality, I'll tell you that a lot of our clients don't lock into an exchange rate out that far. You may find a corporation hedging their foreign exchange exposure for that long of time, right? But when it comes to a private individual buying or moving money internationally, I'd say what is typical is a less than 6 month forward. People go, yeah, I'm going to move money, but I'm not going to do it for 6 months, but I like the exchange rate now. I think we're all a bit uncertain of what our situations may be in 2 years, so we're not looking to lock in for that long, and most of the time. There is no cost or obligation to establish an account with MoneyCorp. So once your customers have a trading platform with us, we're here to use as much as they want. We can monitor the exchange rates on their behalf. We can let them know if we anticipate any currency exchange fluctuations that we think would be important for them to know. But at the end of the day, we're going to strive to offer them the most competitive exchange rates in the industry. And if they want to do it without speaking to anybody, they can do that too through our online dealing platform. The great news is for our partners, we have many partners that range in industry. The lion's share of our partners are within the real estate space. So whether you're a realtor, a property manager, a foreign national lender, or anyone that kind of fits in with that real estate market, you are certainly a good partner with MoneyCorp. We want to be able to just, again, be a tool within your toolkit so that you can add this additional service to your offerings when you're dealing with international clients. You will have a dedicated account manager that you can call, ask questions, speak to. You can always register your clients with your account manager directly so that they can offer them a white glove service to their international payment experience. We offer you tools for your website. We can offer you brochures and things for you to have available for your clients. We can send you daily exchange rates just to start training your brain to think about what's going on in the market. And we do pay you referral fees. So any client introductions that you make to MoneyCorp who subsequently go on to utilize our services, that is a client of yours for life, and you would expect to receive those fees. I think I have covered a good bit of information and not a very long period of time, but you do have my contact information there. Just in case you're joining and you weren't able to view the presentation today, my email is kelly.cutchin@moneycorp.com. My cell phone number is 863-207-6616. I am always available to you, your clients. I'm here to answer your questions if you have any, and I really appreciate you having me today and allowing me to spend some time with you. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kelly. I'm going to just go back one slide here so that everybody has Kelly's contact information. Feel free to reach out to her, whether a cell phone call or an email. And if you are sending an email, just use the subject line webinar so she knows exactly where you came in from and how it is that she can best serve you and your clients. So thank you so much, Kelly. If anybody has questions, again, just contact Kelly directly, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're going to continue on with the presentation. And Fredman, you are up. Tell us about being the influencer for people and their clients and what you have in store for everybody.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Kelly, nice to have you as a special guest in our International Real Estate Referral Program webinar of February. So we want to start the marketing section with this important thought that is the center of the referral program by ECI. Any endeavor, any decision, any marketing piece that we create circles around this idea, and is that you're the influencer for your people. You are the main person in any deal. You are the main link between ECI, between Latin America and your already clients, contacts, prospects, and followers. So that's really important to provide the relevant and useful content for them, whether they are looking for what their interests are, while taking a look on the opportunities that they might find speaking about lifestyle and real estate in Latin America. Next slide, please. All right, so as part of the referral program, we don't want you to spend any time or brain power guessing or looking for how you will promote ECI properties and the countries and the destinations where ECI has developments in, as well as the opportunities and all the nice things that are available for your contacts and prospects in Latin America. So we get you. We have those pieces for you every month. And this time we continue doing the cold campaign. We know that up in the north, you guys are having a real cold couple of weeks there. I hope for all of you that doesn't extend that much, but meanwhile, still really cold, and we want to let you tell your contacts and followers that there's more options out there. In this case, Latin America, specifically in Belize. So this campaign, which is made of social media campaigns and email campaigns, circles around that idea. So this is the screen of the social media campaign. As well, we have web banners that you can put in your content on your website and your blog, and as well the email promos that you will start receiving also this week. Today you received it a couple hours ago, the social media campaign that you are looking right now. You will get an email from me with the one easy step for Facebook and LinkedIn, and 2 steps for what is Twitter. So in the email that you received, you will see that yellow text for Facebook and LinkedIn, that all you need to do is just highlight that text, go to your Facebook or LinkedIn, go to the post box and just paste the text there. Wait a couple of seconds to have this system of Facebook or LinkedIn load the picture. And once the picture of the banner is right there, you just all you need to do is just to click post or share, whether you are in Facebook or LinkedIn. For Twitter, there are 2 steps, but the simple thing is that you paste the text in the tweet box. You should also upload the picture of the banner manually. Twitter doesn't do the loading of the banner by itself. If you did all those steps in the right way, you will see the Facebook in the first, LinkedIn the second, and Twitter the third. And you are done with your social media campaign on a couple of seconds, and you can get back to your regular task of the day or the week.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Fredman. So that is going to be a great campaign, especially here in Belize. We've seen perfect weather, and I know up north it's getting a little bit cold, or it has been a little bit cold. So to continue on with the country of Belize, we do have new ownership opportunities that are at our Grand Bayman property. This is our gardens property located just a couple of blocks off beach. But we have a couple of new opportunities that came online, and we have a couple resales, which you'll see here. If anybody would like the listing sheet for it, please let us know. But we have 1 bedroom, 1 bath models going for about $113,000 plus closing costs. They're cozy at about 412 square feet, but with high ceilings and very efficient use of space, it certainly feels larger than that. So if you'd like more information, just let us know. But this is here in our Belize property. And then we have a resale. This is easily one of the best condos that we have at Grand Bayman. It's a top floor, 3rd floor penthouse. It has about 520 square feet of living space and over 400 square feet of private veranda. So this is going for about $190,000 plus the closing cost in Belize is about 8%. But a really attractive unit. In addition to that, the large veranda, it has a balcony that's off of the master bedroom there. It has a walk-in closet, washer dryer space. So again, very efficient use of space and ideal for long-term renters or people who want to live down here full-time. But again, if you'd like the listing for it, please contact our affiliate team. And then we are launching our Fleet building. So we recently modified the floor plans for the Fleet building. We'll be offering studios, 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. The studios start at about $80,000, $83,000. When you add all of the furniture and closing costs in, it comes out to about a little less than $96,000 turnkey. Now, these properties do have 50% financing, so they're able to finance 50% of it. And again, very affordable. It's very difficult to find well-built quality construction condos here on the island for anywhere around $100,000. Again, we have those listings, and I think that there's going to be more information from the affiliate team to you about what that looks like. So these are going to be key units. And then in addition to that, we have 2-bedroom floor plans, which we can send over. And then the 3-bedroom is the configuration of the studio plus the 2-bedroom. And there's that connecting door, which you can see right over here. but together that'll make up the 3-bedroom condo there. So I see a hand went up, and let me see. Paola, if you just want to type into the Q&A section, we can get your questions answered for you there. And what we'll do is jump back at the end of the presentation and go through those questions. But if anybody has any questions throughout this, just type that there into the Q&A section. So where your clients are already looking, I don't think this is a surprise for many of you, but we've been in the real estate development industry for a long, long time. And Belize is one country that has most certainly hit the top of the radar for many North Americans because of the ease of doing business down here. It's close to North America, more and more direct flights all the time. In addition to that, Panama and Costa Rica are 2 countries we're seeing more and more folks are looking. And then Nicaragua is not as popular, but it is a great place for value buys. So there are a lot of options. Obviously, these are some of the options that ECI works in, but you probably have clients who are also looking at other countries, and the resources that we provide to you will certainly help you know that as well. Now with that, we're going to have Allie jump in here and give us a little bit more about the program updates, the rewards. We're going to figure out who won the awards and go from there.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's nice to have you and see your names here in the attendees list. You know, here in a bit, I believe Fredman's going to go through our big push for this month. But what I want to do is recognize those who have really committed themselves to using the pieces that we're sending to you guys, using them, generating those leads. We know that you have choices and you have options on what you post and what you don't, and sometimes maybe what we send to you isn't what the majority of your contact list is looking for. But sometimes there's always that one person that stands out for just, you know, let's just see what happens. And that's kind of what we're hoping that you think of when you see these pieces. So that being said, our affiliate awards for the month, we do have somebody this month who has used all of the pieces that we've sent to them, produced the leads, let our team, you know, kind of contact them and reach out to them. And you can see the criteria up there on the screen. We do provide a certificate to you for a 2-night stay at either Grand Bayman in Belize or Grand Pacifica in Nicaragua for you to kind of retreat and get away and reward yourself for your hard work. So that being said, our agent of the month this for January was Raymond Shepard. So congratulations, Raymond. We kind of put into your heads last month that email marketing is the way to really reach clients, and based off of that, he took our email marketing campaign for last month, and he generated an amazing amount of leads on that, which made him the agent of the month. And he has won that 2-night stay at Grand Bayman or Grand Pacifica. So that being said, you know, Fredman, we're going to kind of jump into that here in a minute. But we do have a new campaign for you, and this is just kind of proof that it works. So let's talk about it. Fredman, kind of you've kind of seen the stats. You've seen the outcome of the email marketing. So, there's the challenge. Went back a couple before. So we'll back up just one slide there, Rachel.
Okay,
sorry.
Guys. Allie, you should have control of the screen if it makes it a little bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah. But
okay,
sorry, everyone. We're just getting you pumped up for the challenge. That's
I know. I'm just really excited about it. I'm like, you know, okay. So anyways, Raymond has did really well posting that campaign for last month. Generated the leads. There it is. Those of you that requested it, you also generated leads, and so it is working, and it is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is getting the information to your people so that you can better serve them in what they're looking for. So good job, Raymond. You took a step out of your comfort zone and turned that email marketing into lead producing. So good job to you. So that being said, here is your challenge for the month of February. you will be receiving, if you would like, the email campaign for February. This article that we've put together is a little bit longer, a little more in depth about, getting away from escaping that cold, escaping the winter, not feeling not feeling so boxed in, getting out, enjoying the weather, the climate, the trees, the landscapes. So here's your challenge. Request the email campaign. After this webinar, jump on your email real quick and just say, hey, I want the email campaign for February. In the next couple of days, you'll receive it, probably from me. And then once you are able to put that email together, send it out to your database, clients, friends, family, whoever you think this would best reach and best kind of hit home to. I spoke to, or I saw this morning, actually, one of our referral partners is in the negatives where she is. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't work for me very well. So send it out to your database, bring in those leads, generate the leads, and you will be entered into a 2-night stay at either Grand Pacifica or Grand Bayman. That will be in addition to the Realtor of the Month. So lots of opportunities for you to get rewards for your hard work and your patience and your just commitment to serving your people a little better. So I believe that the next slide is you, Mr. Fredman, about these email promos and what we have to offer our partners for this month for their challenge.
Hey, thank you so much, Ali. One thing that I want to mention is that Raymond had a really successful email campaign for the past month of January, the campaign that we launched for the month. He ran this email campaign and he generated a lot of leads interested in what we have been offering in the email campaign for them. We try to do the best engagement content for these emails, and Raymond was the proof that he just run the first email campaign that he received from ECI, and bang, he made it. He made a lot of leads out of that. He also made a lot of leads from social media, but he proved that email campaigns is one of the most right now best tools to generate leads. So you will be also receiving the email campaign for those that request the email campaign of this month. We highly encourage all of you to start using email campaigns, and that's what we will be talking about in a couple of minutes with the marketing section that we prepare for you.
All right, so where you can meet us in person, Mike Cobb will be at in Acapulco, February 13th to the 16th, and then overlapping with that, we're gonna have the whole gang down here in Belize for the trade mission. This will also be overlapping with a discovery tour, so if you have any retail clients who you think would be interested in joining us for that, just let us know and we'll be happy to send you additional information for your clients. But you can accompany them and of course have a great time in Belize. We are nearing max capacity for this. So if this date doesn't work for you, then you could just let us know, and we have a couple more, one coming up in May and another one coming up in June. And hopefully we'll see you down in Belize at that point. So with that, Fredman, you are up. Coffee time with Fredman, talking about marketing. Get started here, please. And wait, before you do, actually, I want to thank everybody for joining. We are at that half-hour mark. We're a little bit past 30 minutes here. So if you have to hop off, we understand. We are recording this, but what we'll be able to do is send it to you if you can't join us. Otherwise, do stay on. Fredman has a handful of really helpful tips when it comes to email marketing. All right, Fredman, now you're on. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. That's great. Well, we have been sending to all of you good content that actually will help you to, like we say, to get your feet wet about the email marketing campaign. That is really easy nowadays to run it, and all the different parts that compound a successful email campaign. So this time I want to talk to you a little bit about why you should care about start using this amazing lead and business generating tool. Next slide, please. Or do I have control? Yeah, I have control. Whoa, woohoo. first of all, I want to share some insights. Right now, there are 4 billion email users. Can you picture that? We almost have 2/3 of the entire planet population using emails. And just by itself, this is a great number, means that almost everyone can be reached by an email address, and they have their user accounts as well. So think on that. There's the market right now. So 2/3 of people is huge. Like I mean, is a big number. And the important thing of these 2/3 is that spreads the same in the different demographics, whether they are teenagers, whether they are people already in the working ages, retirees, senior people. The 2/3 spread really well, even on the millennials. That the chances were that the millennials were quitting to use email as a contact or communication means, and that's not the case. They are really inside using email when they are talking seriously about something or about quoting for a service or product of a company. 69% of the people check their email while watching television. Can you picture that? So most of us, we are looking at a game, we're looking at a series in Netflix, and then we keep reading our email. So it's actually something that at the beginning we thought that only social media will have or will remain with that power, but it's not. All of us keep reading emails, even when walking, when having a dinner. The metrics about all of these things are really interesting, but this is one of the most important, because if television didn't take your attention 100%, and there's space to keep reading emails, that means a lot. That means how much we care to keep reading our inboxes. So as Facebook, 73% of the millennials would rather get marketing content in their email boxes. Can you picture that? So most of them are on Facebook, or same as in other social medias, but Facebook is one of the most well spread out. But when they are talking a serious conversation, they prefer to have that in email instead of social media or text. The 81% of consumers respond well to target email content, but less than 40% of e-commerce sites actually send out this type of email. So can you picture that? There are still about 60% of companies that are not doing email campaigns. So there's a great, I will say, a huge chances for you to be successful, because at least 60% of your fellows are not doing email campaigns, and you will take the advantage on using email campaigns and get ahead of them, providing highly relevant content and the information that your clients want in their inboxes. We want to share also some information that we collect from ourselves. There are two different types of emails. In this case, we will talk about the target email campaigns. As you can see, the open rate and the click rate on those email campaigns are very high, very high. We are so happy to see this number. But the why the open rate and click rate are so high in target marketing email campaigns is because these are sort of type of follow-ups to events. These are follow-ups to webinars that we do about our properties. These are also invitations to a specific events that we know who in our database will be interested in attending in. Like in our database, we have different lists of contacts. We have you guys, the real estate people. We also have our clients interested in Belize. We have our clients interested in Nicaragua, and so if we are having an event like the trade mission in Belize, we already know to whom send it. And that's why, because it's highly relevant and is thought for those contacts, they are already in a sort of expecting that kind of information from us. So that's why the open rate and the click rate numbers are really high. But there's also, and this is another example of the targeted marketing email campaign. This is a follow-up that we did for an ECI webinar a while back. 90% of open rate, 30% of click rate, so it's still really high, and that's why, that's the reason. But when you do newsletters or promos or something a little bit more open, let's say that you just have a new product to offer, like let's say that you were usually promoting properties in Minnesota, but now you are enrolled with ECI in this international real estate adventure, and now you start bringing information about international real estate to your clients and all these things that they can do in these countries, fun things that they can have, country handbooks and all this information. They might not be expecting that information, but they might be a lot of them interested in what you are bringing to them. But since the scope of this content is a little bit more abroad, they are not actually expecting that information from you, and the open rate and the click rate is a little bit lower. Still really high in our cases for the industry, for the development and real estate industry. But that's related to another fact that we have our database really well segmented and specified which of the contacts join the different list. But when you send newsletter and promote, you should expect numbers around this. So it's important to set your expectation right, and this is still good. So if you receive, like, let's say 40% of open rate, don't get worried. It's normal, it's natural when you send this type of newsletters and promos. So we will try to focus on having targeted email campaigns for you, but as well, sometimes we will send these more open promos and newsletters, so you can use it to hit your contact list.
And Fredman, let me just jump in right there on the difference of those two different kinds of marketing tactics. You know, the targeted email marketing works really well for those clients that you are familiar with. You know what they want. You've already been in contact with them. You kind of already have that idea of what it is that they're looking for. Whereas those general marketing, pieces, the newsletters and the promos and things like that, those are more of your identifying tools. Those are as important as your targeted emails, just because, that may find somebody sitting at home watching TV, and then they open this email and they're like, you know what, I think I really would, enjoy a more laid back lifestyle. Maybe we should look at, properties overseas and things like that. So I don't want you to be discouraged with the numbers and the differences in the numbers, because one is very specific, already kind of we've already put the feelers out. We already know what these people are looking for. Whereas the other is a more general, let's see who else we can identify as a potential person that we need to further have a conversation with about those things. So great job presenting the information, Fredman. I just wanted to kind of put that little piece of information in your head so you understand kind of the difference of what the point is of having two different kind of styles of marketing there.
Absolutely right, Ali. Thank you so much for bringing that really important detail there. So that said, here is what you might see from an ECI newsletter. This is a Nicaraguan newsletter that we sent back. You see the 49.4% of open rate and click rate about the 6%. So is that fact that this is a newsletter with is a collection of many different information still related to a country and to a property specific style and lifestyle, but is a little bit more open the scope of the content of it. So that said, thank you so much, guys, for taking the extra yard with us. I see all of you still online. I don't know, Rachel, if you want to say something to our folks.
I do have one more thing there, Fredman, just based off of your email marketing. Sorry, Rachel.
This is good. This is really good. We like to have conversations about it.
Fredman has put together some great educational tools for you. on how to do that email marketing. And he mentioned some things in this webinar specifically that were based off of databases and segmenting and categorizing and all of those words that I'm sure you know, but aren't quite understanding how that fits into your email marketing. So be on the lookout for those emails from the team, from Fredman and I, about how to set that up if you're unsure of how to do that. There are some great emails coming to you about how to do that and to help boost your chances at winning that challenge for the month. So, okay, Rachel, you're welcome to jump in now.
No, that was great, and thank you so much. And I'm excited about this challenge. I think that it'll help really engage some clients who you may not even realize are looking at property overseas. And I'll tell you, a nice Caribbean tropical beach sure beats the snow, at least for many, many people. So good luck, everybody. Of course, let us know if you have any questions. We hope to see you down here in person, whether it be at our Belize property or visiting us at Grand Pacifica. We did just have a teak tour and had a couple of realtor affiliates on that tour with us, which was also exciting. So a lot of opportunities. We're here to help you digest it all and, of course, get business done and serve your clients. So with that, have a really great and productive week, everybody, and we will be in touch. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.